Hey, happy Sunday morning, my friends. So I'm doing my T-60 crew here. So he's pulling on his overalls, so he's a little bit harder, so he's falling a little bit behind because he's got a few different colours to deal with. So I've put on his blue overalls and I used a glossy blue, so that's going to need to be toned down with some matte clear. But yeah, I've started to put on his khaki top, so just done one basic colour with that. Put on his basic sort of black, his shoes black, his head black, and I'll put on some skin tones soon. I just want to get those difficult to reach places around his arm where he's pulling on the uniform first, because I'm going to get paint everywhere. So we'll do one thing at a time with this one. So I'll do this part, I'll get that all ready, then I'll get the flesh tones ready. This guy's coming along very nicely, my other Soviet tanker. Now, as you can see here, we've got some good face tones starting to build up. See there, we've got some pink around the cheeks. And we've also got some variation going on. So I've got some highlights going on around the top of his face. So I've got some highlights going on around the features. I've just got to blend in that one at the top near the hairline there. Just blend that one in a bit better. The cheeks have been blended. But still doing that process. I've got to go to my to another suburb, a half an hour drive away now, but yeah, I'll get back to it. And once we get all the tones blended together right, because I've had a lot of ideas about figure painting lately, so I'm putting them into practice. Once we get it all blended together, then I'll start doing some more refined washes on the face this time. So that's coming along well. I really like that, how it's coming out. So I have used some basic skin tones here that I'm finding quite good. So what I really love and will be using a lot as a base, just to always put this down first, is the Cadian Flesh Tone. That's by Citadel. It's a really good one. Really good one. And another one I've got by Citadel that I was using as those fine highlights was Layered One Flesh, which is a very light. You can see the difference between those two. So Citadel have got some great flesh tones. Now you've also got Valero's just basic flesh. That's pretty much the same as Tamiya's one and all that. So if you get Tamiya's one, that's a handy one. But Valero also that one is just flat flesh. Now the flat flesh I was using as a base tone at the top. So at the bottom there's the base tone is a medium flesh, and at the top the base tone is just the flat flesh. And the flat flesh isn't the highlights. The highlights are this lighter one here. And as I said, I used Valero's medium flesh tone, which is a lot darker than the flat flesh. I used that around the bottom areas, so under there. You can see that. See, it's got a real yellowy kind of look. The hands are in the medium flesh tone. I haven't finished them yet. It's got a really yellowy, dark yellowy kind of look to it. Sort of jaundiced look. And for the cheeks, I used this medium. So what I've done is I've mixed some, sorry about I've used the medium flesh tone and I've mixed some red into it. Okay, so just one sec, I'll put this down. So it's created that. See there? It's not red, it's not flesh, but it's sort of a pinky flesh. And I'm using that on the cheeks. That seems to come up well. But as you can see here, make sure you've got the right amount on your brush before you're putting it on your figures. And that's a thing about doing faces, is you can see here, or here, this is just me getting the right amount of paint on the brush before I hit it up. I'm not dry brushing, but I am getting a lot of the paint off. So yeah, and the brush that I did use for the entire detailing of the face was surprisingly this Citadel base brush, small size, and it's got quite a large head there, but I was skeptical about the Citadel guy, because I went to see him because they do all these detailed little figures, and he goes, no, this is the go. You know, those tiny ones, yeah, they're great for just one purpose or whatever, but these ones are just great all-round purpose ones for figure painting. I was a bit skeptical, but I got it, and I ended up getting another one because it's so good. They're really, really good. So if you're a figure painter or you're interested in figure painting, I highly recommend getting one, or going down to your Citadel store and getting one of these. They don't cost a hell of a lot, and it's proper Kolinsky hair, I think it was. Kolinsky hair, he said. So, you know, you got to look after them properly and all that. But, yeah, good brushes for that kind of business. Well, anyway, I better get busy and get cracking on, and I will speak to you guys again very soon.